Warren Buffett and Bill Gates came up with the idea for a giving pledge, asking fellow billionaires to promise to give at least half of their net worth to charity. I've spoken to some of the giving pledges about their work and about their motivations. And I've also spoken to Bill and Melinda Gates about theirs.
I think the other thing that's been really fun for us is the innovation side of philanthropy. You know, the incredible science in global health behind vaccines, or we're trying to bring more of a science focus to contraceptives for women. We haven't invested in that in literally decades. And so one of the things that was fun for me when Bill and I used to go on vacations, the little vacations he took when he was running Microsoft, he would often talk about how much he enjoyed being around scientists. And at Microsoft, he spent a lot of time around computer scientists and engineers. But as we got into philanthropy, we're also spending a lot more time with biological sciences and many more scientists in different fields and even in diagnostic fields. And I think that's been a lot of fun for you.
Yeah, the breadth of the sciences is even greater than Microsoft was. You want to broadly appeal to anyone out there, no matter where they're located or where they are in their career, to help you solve the problems. So like reinventing the toilet or improving the condom is one that got a lot of visibility. We've innovated in how we put out those challenges and just have one-page write-ups come in and at first give a very small grant, just $100,000, and see how that goes. So in the area of drawing scientists in, starting with our grand challenge work and then broadening that, the way we create partnerships between various scientists, the way that we create milestones, we've learned a lot about funding upstream research.
And the primary vehicle that we use is grant making still to this day, and we will always use. But another vehicle that we use now also are in investments. You call them program-related investments. And so, for instance, a charter school who's having trouble getting land to have a new school built, we can often give them a very low interest rate loan, a risky loan that has a bit more risk that a bank might not give them, and it actually becomes a loan structure. We can do that actually with a vaccine company early on if we want to make sure that a vaccine that might not otherwise be created or a medicine gets brought to market, we'll put an investment in that company and actually get some return eventually, potentially on the back end.
It's interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of financing innovation in philanthropy, and some of the obvious barriers between giving and investment seem to be breaking down. Right? Is that fair? And how far does that process go, do you think?
Well, the dominant thing in philanthropy is grants, because so many of the things have a social return but not a financial return. There are a few things like new educational technology or better medicines or bootstrapping new charter schools where you get into something that's got a non-zero return if things go well. You really have to be careful thinking you can have your cake and eat it too. I mean, the social measure really does mean you have to look at particular grantees. But it's a growing area, and it was one of the more popular sessions the Giving Pledge did, was talking about how hard is that, where are there opportunities.
To what extent is running a foundation and running a philanthropic enterprise like running Microsoft?
Well, it's very similar in that you're trying to hire the best people, build teams, take challenges that are very hard and require course correction, decades-long challenges. In the software market, you get very quick feedback. And so the notion of how do you measure whether it's lives saved or improved malnutrition, improved human condition, the measurement challenge is far more difficult. And the countries you're working in have poorly functioning governments that are often your partner in some of the activities. So that's a lot more difficult. But everything we both learned at Microsoft, I think, has been incredibly valuable. How you make something visible, how you get teams to be motivated, how you deal with setbacks. I had 40 years of training that came from my Microsoft work.